Peace be upon you. I hope you all are doing well. Let's start today's weekly analysis without wasting time. First, let's take a look at gold. As I mentioned in the previous weekly analysis, gold's next target could be the all time high. Thank God the market has indeed done that, and as you can see, the market is currently standing at its all time high. Now, if we look at the weekly time frame, the market has closed above last week's candle, which means that the prices in the weekly time frame are bullish. This is a strong indication that according to the higher time frame, there is currently no reversal pattern visible in the market. If you observe, the market was ranging in the weekly time frame and has now broken out of that range. Has also closed above. So in this case, let's mark the highs and lows from last week. This was our previous week's low, and this is our previous week's high. Before that, the market made its swing low, and now the market is going to make its swing high as expected. One thing to remember here is that, generally speaking, the market's behavior in this context is historically significant. And typically, as we have observed, the markets, not every high in the market is a swing high. For a swing high to be established, the market needs to create 3 swing highs and 3 swing lows. Only then does that high or low count as a swing high or swing low, and that too with complete confirmation. So, in the weekly time frame, our prices are still bullish. Now let's move to the daily time frame. If I come back to the weekly time frame and compare the prices of the USD, with the USD, we see a pattern that is a strong pattern on a higher time frame. The market has given a signal T on the high time frame because gold prices have broken their all-time highs, while XGUSD silver, which we get from silver, has not yet broken its all-time highs. So if we have both pairs of pairs, then we have a signal T. This ascending trend is not set yet, but if it does become an ascending trend, there is a chance that the next week could give us a bullish close. It's possible that the market may break the high, sweep it, and then sweep the low. Alternatively, the market may hold the high it established last week. In the daily time frame, the daily structure, the market tap earlier level. When the market taps earlier level and indicates reversal, next target is external range liquidity, its earlier level. Daily, the market's earlier level was above that high, which the market has taken. It holds the high, and with some confirmation in the lower time frames, the market could show a bearish pattern or bearish momentum. Okay. Now let's move on to the daily time frame. Okay. If we talk about the structure of the daily time frame, as we marked here, the market tapped its earlier level. As soon as the market taps its earlier level and gives a good indication of a reversal, its next target is always its external range liquidity, which is its earlier level. In the daily time frame, the market's earlier level was above that high, which the market took. It has given a bullish closing. When the market takes the external range liquidity, its next target is to give a market reversal, and then the market takes the internal range liquidity of that same range. If we mark the PD areas in the daily time frame, we have this high and this low. So this level is coming out as the equilibrium level. Abu closing has given. Now, as you know, when the market takes the external range liquidity, its next target is to give a market reversal, and then the market takes the internal range liquidity of that same range. If we mark the PD areas in the daily time frame, we have this high and this low. So this level is coming out as the equilibrium level. If I talk about the structure of the daily time frame, the market has grabbed the liquidity on the sell side here and taken the liquidity from this low. After grabbing that liquidity, the market has taken its earlier level. If you look here, there was a bearish short block that the market slightly respected before breaking it. As soon as the market just broke this order block, what did we simply get? A breaker block. This is our breaker block. If I were to extend this breaker block, you can see that in this breaker block, we are getting to see a really nice ambulance here. So here we are seeing the unicorn model because in the same direction of the breaker block. In the opposite direction, we are seeing a healthy fair value gap. Then if I look at some discount levels, at the discount level, I am getting this area of such a level. Here too, we are getting a level. We are getting a level here too. After that, if we look at the discount level, we have a pair value gap coming up, which is a strong pair value gap. Yeah. And along with it, the area of support and resistance is also coming up. And along with that, we are also seeing a CRT in the daily time frame. This is a CRT pattern forming in the daily time frame. And here, the market has overshot its CRT. And here, in the daily time frame, we have observed a significant rejection because Friday's candle broke Thursday's candle with momentum and created a strong wick. The market has closed within the range of last week's previous range, which means that after Monday's opening, we might see some selling momentum with a short term target of 50% of the CRT. 50% is dead. And if we talk about the overall structure and we get good confirmation, we can set our next target to 100% of the CRT. If we get some specific confirmation for the sell side on Monday during the Asia session, we will, I think, set our first target at 2960 and our second target will be at 2930. This compression is found towards the sell side, so we are our first target. We will set our first target at 2960 and our second target will be at 2930. I'm only going to talk about the structure of the daily time frame because we have seen a rejection there and a selling momentum. If we get confirmation in the lower time frames, we can definitely sell. Now let's move on to the H4. Okunda, I'll delete this. Talking about the overall structure of H4, the market has. Here I have taken EL and H4I2, and if I mark the echelon here, then we have this healthy fairy value gap coming up. As far as the market has a lot of chances, this fairy value gap on is going to be important for us, which is the zone from 2961 to 2949. In this zone, if the market taps this zone and gives us a good confirmation, so we can look for a buy in the market. And when the market gives a buy confirmation, our first target will be the all-time high. And we will keep the next target open. Now, moving on to H1, we have this entire liquidity area coming up, which is possible for the market to break downwards. And this fair value gap. This is a healthy fair video gap because in this fair video gap, we have liquidity is coming. So this fair video gap is going to be very important for us. Because if the market has quite a few chances, if the market from here, if we break down in the session, we will sit in this zone. If the market gives a buying confirmation after tapping this zone, then we can buy with our buying confirmation and target the all-time high. But if, as I said, the market is showing selling momentum in the daily time frame and we are targeting 50% of Thursday's candle. So if I look at this structure in the 15-minute or H1 time frame, we might potentially see a significant selling opportunity on Monday. How? Because here in the market, as we can see, the market has clearly given a fake breakout. And in CRT language, we call this TBS. This is our TBS in this scenario. After TBS, as soon as the market broke its own love, this is the breaker for us. This is after we have a breaker. Here we have a CRT model 1 entry forming. If we get any further confirmation in the lower time frame, then we can see selling from here and the selling target. As I have told you, if you get any selling confirmation on a Monday, then you target sample 29610. And if you get any buying confirmation is from this zone or that zone, then you can target the buy and you can target 50% of the selling move the market makes. So, this was the structure of gold that I explained to you. Now, let's talk about the structure of USDJPY. The higher time frame structure of USDJPY is still bullish. The GP wire, whose higher time frame structure is still bullish, and see that the market structure is still bullish for the high, that the market can break because the market has created its liquidity below this high. And if you look at the daily time frame, the market has the market pattern is strong bullish if it is like I analyzed on Wednesday, Surya analyzed on Friday, that if the market does not gap value this week and gives us a good composition on the buy side, then we can buy the market up to which level. Until the market can break this high, the market USD GPY will remain on the left side. We can talk about it. As I mentioned in the previous video, we can catch a sell from here and the market just tapped into our zone. Alhamdulillah, our selling trade is still running with a good healthy profit. So we will break even on this trade. After breaking even, we will hold this trade long term poop poop and see if the market hits our target or not. If not, we will exit at break even. Additionally, let's delve deeper into the topic of Euro USD. I also want to take a closer look at the detailed structure and recent trends of GBP USD here. Alright, let's explore these currency pairs further to understand their current market dynamics and potential future movements. The euro is grabbing the liquidity of its hike and has given a channel closing below last week. If I look at its structure in the daily time frame, the market is in the daily time frame. The shorter term is in the buy, the longer term is in the sell. What is the structure of the H4 telling us? Yes, Markel has certainly given a candle closure. This is an elevated and significant break. We can definitely catch a good sale in Markel, which can be according to the high time frame. If 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 the market holds this high and does not retrace above it, we could see the market sell back down to this level, maybe even further. But there is a safe area where we can expect the market to sell according to the higher time frame because the lower time frame is still bullish and strongly bullish. What is the structure of GBPAUD saying? GBPA, WAP. AUD is going to be sold long term. I will analyze it. and tell you which zones are going to be the levels. The market broke the previous high that we had all time. This is all the high portion for us. This is PPC, dough forming for us. If I go to the H4 chart and thoroughly examine the same structure in detail, then I will have the BMS indicator. Following the BMS, there is the IFS indicator which is present on the, and if the market price, if we get any selling confirmation at either of these two levels, I will enter a sell in the market. And my first target and final target will be this low because the market can break this low. I hope you find this analysis helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember me in your prayers. Jazak Allah khair. Allah Hafiz.